Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Empowerful You. Guess what? I have great news for you today. Not just good news, great news for you today. And do not look at my nails. I have not had them done. Do not critique me. Today is Friday, so that'll give me a little project to work on over the weekend, okay? But let's get into this great news, y'all. Right now, in this season, at this very moment, I want you to know it's a setup. Did you hear what I said? It's a setup. You know, right now it seems like everything is in chaos. It seems that nothing is going right. It seems like the more you try to do right, the more wrong you get back. But it's a setup, y'all. You know? And in this last month, just the last month has been just totally almost devastating. The last month has been so hard because I'm believing just this girl right here, this queen right here. I'm believing that was the start of the labor pains, if that makes any sense. You know, we're in a place where we're about to give birth to something great, not something good, not something needed, not something necessary. We're about to give birth to something great. That's why the opposition was so strong. That's why, you know, you were in that period of mourning, like nothing is going right. Nothing's ever going to be right. It's always going to be this way. No, it's a setup. It's a setup to get you out of your place of forward progression. It's that place to make you just stop and say, it's not going to get any better. I'm going to be here all the time. The more I try to do the right thing, the more I try to better myself, better my conditions, everything seems like it gets worse. It's a setup, y'all. Is your life a wreck? Finances toe up from the flow up? Everybody on your job done lost their mind and gone crazy? Seems like you're the target of everybody's anger, of everybody's frustration, of everybody's agenda, of everybody's foolishness. It's a setup. When your life seems that all hell has broken loose, you need to start rejoicing, because it's a setup to the miracle that is coming. I didn't say blessing. I did not say that. I did not say a need met. I didn't say that either. I said a pure stomp down miracle is about to happen for us right now. When things seems at their worst, when chaos has just overtaken your life, rejoice and be glad. And know it's a setup. This morning, I'm not going to talk to you long because I don't have to. Not going to do a whole lot of teaching. Not going to do a whole lot of preaching this morning. But I just want to encourage your heart and strengthen your spirit and let you know you are in a place of setup. Stop looking at what you think you see, because what you think you see isn't real. As children, we were always taught to keep our eyes on the prize. And some of us, some of you, have been chasing the prize. It didn't say chase it. It said just keep your eyes on it. Isn't that something? You don't chase the prize, because in due season, the prize will present itself. In due season, when you are able to handle every single thing that the universe has for you, when you finally make it to that place of going through testing and being in that mature place where now I can handle the riches. I can handle the fame. I can handle more than 100 people knowing my name. I can handle that without going into, a place of ego, a place of I've arrived and you owe me something. Even though a lot of people live in that place now. Do you know that? A lot of people live in that place of, of you owe me something. Don't nobody owe you nothing. Not one single solitary thing. Don't nobody owe you nothing. Who are you to think that somebody owe you something? Stop that. Because if that's where you are, guess what? Your prize just got a little further. Now you're keeping your eyes on it. You're not in hand's grasp of possessing it. You're still keeping your eyes on it. And if you're listening to this video right now, guess where you are? Your prize is in your reach. Your prize is nearly in your grasp. It's just up to you whether or not you're going to hold on to possess it. What I'm going to need you to do right now, I'm going to need you to gut up. Gut up. Gird your loins and gut up. Because when things seem at their worst, your greatest miracle, your greatest breakthrough is about to happen. We can't get distracted now. We can't get in a place of doubt now. We can't be in those places right now. There's no room for it. Because now we're in that birthing stage now. And as women, when labor starts, that baby coming. Regardless as to what you do, you can cross your legs, you can sit in a fetal position with your legs drawn up. Guess what? That baby is coming, irregardless. Push, don't push, it don't matter. That baby is coming. And that's where we are right now. A lot of us, our babies are coming, irregardless. Push, pull, or drag. It's your time now. This is not a time to be afraid. This is not a time to back up saying, wait, hold on, I ain't ready. No. It's no room for that right now. Now is your prime time to work. It's time to get to work now. Resources are about to flow. Doors are about to not just fling open, they're going to fly off the hinges. This is where we are right now. We've talked about the windows of heaven opening up and pouring out blessings that we won't be able to receive. And I just did a video about, are you ready for the rain? Are you ready for the rain? Are you ready for it? Are you ready for the pour down? Are you ready for the pour out? It's a setup. Do not go by what you think and or what you see. Your eyes will always fool you. That's been a proven fact throughout time. That we can't always go by what we see, what we hear, or what we think. even if it seems credible, or if it comes from a credible source, there is always a hidden truth behind every single thing. Now, in this time, in this season, and in this place, the truth is no longer hidden. The truth is staring us in our faces. I can't speak for you, but I can speak for myself. My life has been very, very, very hard over the last 30 years. You know, when my parents were taken from me, my safety net was gone. My support group was gone. And now who did I have to depend on? There were some lessons I had to learn. There were hard, very hard lessons that I had to learn. I had to learn to depend on myself and not other people. Because people are fickle and people will let you down every single time. The only person that is not going to let you down is you. And sometimes that's all we have, is ourselves. But the lessons, those lessons had to be hard. The Creator told me your lessons had to be hard in order for you to be in a place of where they stayed in place. These lessons were hard so that the outcome and what I learned was indelible. The biggest thing that most of us learn when our lessons are hard, we're learning humility. I had a lady tell me that a few years back, you're not humble enough yet. I said, what does that mean? I am humble. She said, no, you're not. I said, what do you mean I'm not humble enough? She said, you're not humble enough. She said, you got too much greatness on your life. And then it was so funny because a while back in my quiet time, the Creator says to me, he says, you know why you're in the place that you're in right now? I'm like, don't have a clue. No, I don't. I'm sort of kind of resentful about things that I have missed out on, or that I thought I missed out on, you know, that I didn't get that family I wanted, and, you know, and the job I wanted, the career I wanted. It wasn't my time. I wasn't ready. Not really. And you know what we're called? We're called late bloomers. A lot of times people get everything that, you know, the universe has for them early in life. Sometimes they get it on purpose. Me, I could not do that. Because of the call and the anointing on my life, mine had to come late in years of maturity, after lessons in humility, after lessons in patience, after lessons in how to manage money, in lessons of life itself, in relationships, in how to treat others, how to treat myself. Excuse me. The gnats are really notorious today, so you know. And in that time, I had to go inward. I couldn't look at the outward. I had to look in order to get a proper grasp on myself and to who I am. And a lot of times we don't want to look at ourselves because that's a little painful. When we look at ourselves, we have to face ourselves in its true element. We have to face our faults. We have to face our shortcomings. We have to face those things and admit that they do exist. And you don't move on to the next level until you have really and truly dealt with yourself. I know you don't want to deal with yourself. I didn't want to deal with myself either. I tell people all the time, I say it is a 24/7 job just to be me. I used to tease people all the time. I tell them, I said, my gifts me, period. Everything that was spiritual about myself. I said, hey, anybody want to be me for a week? And they were like, no. Can you be me for the next? No. Nobody wants to be you. Who in the world? Who is that crazy that wants to be you? I was like, what's wrong with being me? I can handle it. You can handle it for an hour of being me. They was like, oh, I wouldn't be you for 10 minutes. I would lose my mind. You know, I used to try to sell my gift on eBay, Amazon, just give it away because I didn't want it. I didn't want it because it caused me so much pain. It caused me so much hardship. It was absolutely awful. But however, after, some years, some time, I got used to it somewhat, and I'd had this thing my whole life. I was always different from everybody else. And I am so thankful to friends that I have had over the years and ones that have come into my life that really and truly accepted me. Not for what I had, not for where I was from, not for my education level, but for me. With all my faults, with all my quirks, with all my personality issues. I'm thankful for that. And I'm quite sure that you have those people in your life too. And to say this, it is a setup. You have been set up. Look at it. Set up. You're no longer setting down. You have been set up. See it as being, now you're sitting up. You're sitting upright. You're ready. You are focused now on really and truly where you're going. The path now has been laid. The scripture talks about, and let every crooked place be made straight. You've gone through the crooked places. You've gone through the valleys. You scaled the mountains. Some mountains you just told, just go. Just go mountain, go. Move out of the way. I don't have time for you. I ain't got no time for no drama because I'm tired. I'm not scaling another mountain. Just move. Haven't you done that before? That something came into your life that seemed like it was so overbearing. You just, going on now, going on. Today is not the day. Yeah. It's a setup, y'all. It is a pure, unadulterated setup. Now you have been set up among others. You have been set up now to take your place. You have been set up now to lead. You have been set up now to be the lender and not the borrower. You have been set up now to be the head and not the tail. You have been set up to be in a place where everything you set your hands to do will be blessed. Blessed in the city, blessed in the field, blessed everywhere you go. You have been set up to go into places and possess it. Everywhere your foot shall step, you shall have it and you shall possess it. It's been a set up all along. It's nothing that you did bad. This isn't karma coming back to get you. This is not a generational curse. This has nothing to do with any of those things. It's been a setup all along to get you to right here. So now what are you going to do? Now that you've received the good news of the setup, of knowing now that it has been absolutely not about you. It's not about you. This is about who you are in the spirit realm. Being a chosen one, being an enlightened one. Now you are going to have to bring others out of darkness into the marvelous light. You're going to have to teach now. You're going to have to touch the hearts of people who are now where you've been. You can't be an effective witness if you've never been through anything. How can I tell you what it's like to be hungry and I've never been hungry before? How can I tell you what it's like to have a death in the family and I've never had one in my family? To lose a parent, a grandparent, a great loved one. How can I tell you if I've never experienced that myself? If I've never lost a job, if I've never lost a house, if I've never lost a car, if I've never been broke, if my checking account had never been overdrawn and stayed overdrawn for so long they closed it. To have a relationship just fold in your face and you could not get a grasp on, well, what did I do wrong? Believe it or not, it was a setup because you were paying it forward for right now. You were paying a lot of things forward. You didn't see it. I didn't see it either. I thought I was being punished for something. And I was resentful for a long time because it just seemed like my life was just crap. And that people would always use me as their stepping stone, their footstool to their next level. It's a setup. You know why? I had to learn to be a good follower in order to be a good leader. I had to learn the mistakes of other leaders in order not to make those same mistakes when I'm the leader. I had to learn how not to talk to people. I had to learn how not to treat people. I had to learn how not to spend my money and my time. I had to make everything valuable. That's crazy, ain't it? To make everything in my life valuable. Most times as human beings, the only thing we see of value is money and material. No. Everything in your life is valuable because it has its place. You know that? And we have to see everything in our life as valuable. People come into our lives for a reason. Either they're there to help or they're there to help us help others. These people don't come into your life for your convenience. Ain't nobody here to serve you. We were born to help and serve each other. Sure, we get a little selfish sometimes, and we want somebody to do something good for us and pat us on the back and tell us we're doing a good job. That's all about being human. You need to hear it every now and then. I know I do. And sometimes we don't hear it enough. Sometimes we don't even say it to ourselves. You did a good job, girl, you good. You good. When other people won't pat you on the back or tell you did a good job, your hand don't work. Is your hand broke? Is your mouth broke? Because I know your mouth ain't broke because it worked 24/9 just like mine. You did a good job, girl. You the bomb.com. You did that. You are that. And sometimes that's how we have to talk to ourselves, because sometimes that's the only time we're going to hear it. It's a setup. It's a setup. Some of us had to learn how to talk and use our words again, because words have power. Our words, the very things we think and say, they have power. They have the power to manifest from the spirit into the natural. If I always say I'm a failure, I'm broke, I don't have this, nobody loves me, guess what? That's what I got. But when I tell myself I'm great, I have greatness within me, I have every single thing I need. All my needs are met and more. This is what I have. I am loved and I am loved. That's what I have. I have abundance. I believe in abundance. I believe in prosperity. These are the things that I possess on a great level. I have unlimited, untapped resources at my beck and call. Did you hear that last part? At my beck and call. Beck is this. Come here. Y'all know that. That's that mama and that grandmama type action. Come here. Come to me. Oh, did you just say that? Come to me. Come here. Can you imagine? You telling your money, your resources, your blessing, the rain, come here. Come to me right now. Come here. I command it to be so. Come here. Come to me. And what am I doing? I'm becking and calling. I'm making a gesture and I'm using my words. I am speaking those things that are not as though they were. Come to me right now. I command it to be so, and it is what? So. It's a setup. Don't fall for the okie doke. Don't get turned around. Don't get in doubt. Don't get into yourself. Don't get into your feelings. We ain't got no time for that right now. We ain't got no time to be in our feelings. That's not an option. It's too much on the table. Do you see all of this on this table? The part is for you now. The table has been set in your honor. And all your enemies, your haters, and everybody else, guess what? They have been sent in RSVP and they got to come. They have to celebrate you now as you go up, as you rise and take your place at the head of the table. Ain't that what the scriptures say? that he'll set a table before me in the presence of my enemies, my haters, my doubters, my rivals. That table is set for me in my presence. So if it's in your presence, that means it has to be while you still upright and not horizontal in the front of the church. You know, these things have to happen in the land of the living in your lifetime. Embrace that now. Embrace that now. It's a setup. Don't fall for the okadoke. Don't faint now because you're at the door. You're at the threshold. The door is open. You're standing at the threshold, and it's almost time to just walk on in and possess it. You stand at the boundary of the promise. Don't turn back. Don't get in your feelings. Get all bent out of shape and go to using your words wrong. Because every time we use wrong words, guess what? Our boundary gets further from us. The boundary is moved up. The finish line is moved up. The goalpost is moved up. Don't keep moving it back. Don't do that. If you're standing right here, getting ready to walk in and possess the land that you have been promised, don't get snared by the setup. Because you know what happens when you get snared by the setup, it and pulls you back. Rejoice today and know it is a setup. It is your time now to take your place. It's your time. Use it wisely. The lessons that you have learned throughout your life have not been in naught. They have been for a reason, not to torture you. What does it say? That I know the plans I have for you. Not to harm you, not to hurt you, not to keep you down. None of those things, but to prosper you, even as your soul prospers. Enjoy the setup, because guess what? Great things are coming. Be happy, be joyful, and be empowered. Peace.